Well, good Saturday evening, everybody. Coming to you from the headquarters of the Eastern Connecticut Roller Hockey League. Wanted to throw up a quick video for those that are able to take a look at this, and hopefully you get a chance to before tomorrow morning's games. First and foremost, welcome back, and I'm excited to finally be able to tell you guys we're going to play hockey again this year. And after a complete 8 or 9 months of shrugging my shoulders and saying, I don't know, now we do know, and we're going back to the rink tomorrow morning. First and foremost, we're going to need some help tomorrow morning. Obviously, we had some rain come through, and I think there's actually some storms coming through pretty soon here. I saw a line coming through the Albany area heading towards Connecticut. So going to need some help tomorrow morning getting the rink dry and ready to start. So the teams that are on first, if you could please make sure that you're there early and can give us a hand getting the rink dried. Wanted to just go over a couple quick things, and I'm not going to go through the entire process because we've not already done a video on this. I've reached out to the team reps, and I've talked to 6 out of 7, and I think the 7th one will check in, and we'll make sure everybody understands what we're doing. The key point to remember here, and I'm asking everybody for a lot of understanding, there's a few new procedures we have to follow to make sure that we do this safely and correctly. Please have a level of understanding. This is not all ideal, but it's what we have to do to make sure that everybody stays healthy, safe, and we do this responsibly. So again, have a level of support to this, and we'll make it through, and before we know it, we'll be back to the old way of playing hockey, hopefully sometime in the near future. But the big win, we're going back to the rink, and let's hold that as a victory, and everything else is just what we have to do otherwise. So first and foremost, or how can I say the first, that we will have a new procedure about entering the rink, and I want everybody to understand it, and I'm going to kind of fine tune a little bit what that procedure is. I'm required to spray the benches down in between games. They're giving us a pump sprayer with a peroxide type mixture. I have to apply that to the bench areas in between each game. I need time to do that, and the material needs time to dry as well. The other thing that we also want to prevent is teams passing each other that haven't played that day. We want to limit our exposures, making sure that if for an unfortunate circumstance where we had somebody who was sick pass by, that would ultimately expose more people than we have to. So please adhere to that. Stay in your team area until we're ready for you. And what will happen is the first time this will happen, the 10 o'clock game. The 10 o'clock game will start hopefully on time, but when the 9 o'clock game ends is not the time to head towards the rink because I have to, again, spray the bench. We will throw 10 minutes on the clock after the time I've done spraying the bench down. When that horn goes off, that is the time that you can leave your team area and come to the rink. We will then do a 3-minute warm-up, and then we will start the next game. And that procedure will follow throughout the day. So don't line up at the gate waiting to go on after the game. Please stay in your team area. When you arrive at the rink, again, stay in your team area. If you are staying for the replacements or you're coming early for the replacements, please go to the area that your team normally congregates in. I think most of us have figured out by now. We've got some of these unofficial areas, but kind of make them official and just stay to that area until the replacements game. Or if you're staying after your game, just stay in that area and follow the same procedure. We'll have the jerseys for the replacements out. You can just grab a jersey, put it on. We'll do a warm up, and then we'll play that game as well. During the game, the only difference that you will likely see is in face-off. So we're going to do a little bit different procedure with the face-offs. I've let the team reps know about this. So what we're trying to do is avoid as much close contact or exposure that as necessary or as possible, I should say. So when there's a face-off to be conducted, we're asking and really requiring both players to stay 6 feet from the face-off dot. When the referee sets, they will motion for both players one at a time to enter the face-off circle. When the second player puts their stick down, they'll drop the ball. This is, again, a new procedure to us. It's going to take probably a little bit to get used to. But again, this is something that's being done to prevent unnecessary exposure. So just try to get used to that procedure. Work with the referees, and we'll be able to get through that. So that's really the only game day actual game thing you'll see that's different. And then at the end of the game, the handshake line again is gloves on, fist bump, continue moving. And then do me a favor, please. When you're ready to leave, when your team's towards the end of the game, be ready to leave at a pretty decent time. Try to get your things together and get off the rink for us so that we can get this spraying thing done and get to the next game. If you're late in the third period, try to gather up all your practice balls at some point between warm-ups and the end of your game so that you can just grab your stuff and head off the rink, and then we can move on to the next game. So just a couple things I'm asking everybody. Some understanding, work with me on these rules that we have to follow, work with the referees. Remember that we haven't been down there since December. So, with a couple exceptions, we really haven't been really down there to play hockey or officiate games or even time keep them, etc. There's going to be some probably bumps in the road. Again, we got a great group of guys. I wouldn't expect anything less than your full cooperation and understanding. So I believe that's it. I believe I've covered it. I'm glad everybody's coming back. Oh, one more thing of the replacements. I've got a couple emails of people that were reaching out. And if you're looking to get into a second game, hey, you haven't played an official game since December, at least down at the Groton Hockey Rink. So now's a great time to get on the replacements game. It's $10 cash, first come, first serve. I've got a list of names. I think we've got 4 or 5 already that have reserved. So get yourself on that list. You can email me at ecrhlhockey@gmail.com to reserve your spot. I will hold them up until an hour before the game. It is $10 cash to play. Please bring exact change if possible. If everybody brings a 20, I'm in trouble. So please bring a $10 bill if you can, or 2 5s or 10 1s, whichever way. And change really isn't good right now. So just bring some cash and we'll be able to get you into a hockey game. If you have any questions, please reach out to your team representative. They should be primed to answer any of your questions. If there's anything beyond that, they'll reach out to me. Really looking forward to seeing everybody back down at the Groton Hockey Rink tomorrow morning. Again, first teams, if you can come a little early, give us a hand, get the rink dried. We'll be good to go. All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Have a great night.